Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. I am County Supervisor Dave Cortese, and let me just start by saying that as far as we're concerned at the county, and I think I speak for all of the partners in this venture, we're at a crossroads here of wanting to have environmentally sound operations, of course, wanting to get to the point where we're somewhere at or very close to 100% renewable energy. But of course, in this day and age of fiscal challenges, the realities of doing that and funding that kind of an operation like we used to in the good old days just doesn't exist. So we have come together to announce today a cooperative venture that will allow Santa Clara County and other agencies throughout the Bay Area to increase their renewable energy portfolio while reducing costs. And by doing that, of course, it'll help us to better serve our community by plowing the savings from our utility costs back into essential services. With me today are representatives of just a few of the agencies that have had a hand in making this possible. I want to introduce Vice Mayor Margaret Ave Koga of Mountain View, who's here today in her role as Vice Chair of the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, better known as VTA, I guess. And Mayor Ron Bryant from the City of Mountain View is also with us, along with Chris Wang, the Mayor of Cupertino, and Russell Hancock, who I will again introduce in just a moment here, President and CEO of Joint Venture Silicon Valley Network. We do have representatives of Optany and Critigan, the consultants that have served as technical advisors to this initiative. I am, and my colleagues, of course, are very encouraged by the cooperation within the region. Those of us, which includes the elected officials here today and Russell Hancock, who have worked to try to bring people together, elected officials, policymakers, and private industry in this valley over the years, can't help but be very excited about seeing this come together. Over the past 2 years, the County of Santa Clara, a joint venture, and several cities and public agencies are working to bring forward very specific projects, again, that will amount to large-scale renewable energy resources and reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. Although we have, in recent times, and probably will again in the future, be able to take advantage of federal funds, stimulus funds, and other one-time monies for projects like this, the reality is there's not enough money to go around. This project, the Regional Renewable Power Purchase Agreement, among these agencies will aggregate the purchasing power of local governments to create economies of scale in purchasing solar technology. In addition to the dollars saved by our public entities, it will create our own local stimulus package, creating jobs, putting people to work, and investing money locally. The County of Santa Clara will be acting as the umbrella agency for this agreement. We've already given our board direction to make sure that that happens, and we will continue providing technical, legal, and contractual resources to our partners. Not only are we providing these resources, we also are establishing renewable power sites at Santa Clara County facilities. We think this initiative is an aggressive step, a huge step, and an important step toward reducing fossil fuel emissions for local government operations. And today we're here to announce the first phase of this initiative that will include a renewable power purchase for 71 sites located on government and public agency land and facilities around the Santa Clara County and San Mateo counties. The total solar potential for the project is 15 megawatts, enough energy to power 2,600 homes for a year, or to offset the emissions of 2,500 passenger vehicles that travel our roads and highways every day. Santa Clara County will have photovoltaic installations at 11 buildings covering 2 million square feet. Dramatic pause, of course. Including the county's Civic Center, the renewable power project at the Civic Center will generate as much as 10% of the power needed. We will continue to examine other renewable strategies to achieve our goal of 100% renewable energy over several years. I and my colleagues are honored to be a part of an organization that is not afraid to be proactive and that is willing to create a model that will hopefully spread across the nation and the state. Before I introduce anyone further, I want to present Russell Hancock, President and CEO of Joint Venture. I introduced him briefly earlier. Joint Venture has served as a catalyst in advancing this collaborative effort. Russell?
Thank you, Supervisor. I'm very happy to be here. This is a wonderful occasion. Thank you for joining us. Joint Venture Silicon Valley Network has been around since 1993. Our mission has always been to do exactly this. So we consider this the fulfillment of the vision that was in the eyes and minds of the founders when we came together in this way in 1993. The point was that regions are complex creatures. Regions have multiple cities, multiple counties, and then, of course, they're filled with all of these other players, business leaders and labor leaders and leaders from every sector. There's no overarching framework to bring all of these players together to identify regional problems and challenges and then to introduce their solutions. So Joint Venture is committed to playing that role. The main point that I want to make, especially to ladies and gentlemen of the press, is that this is actually harder than it looks. You would think it would be easy. But I assure you that it's not. Coming up against administrative details and guidelines and numerous other barriers just make this actually harder than you would ever imagine. So the fact that we're here today and that we're able to make this kind of an announcement is a tribute to the people that are standing behind me, and it's our privilege to be working with them. Now, I'm going to cede the rest of my 2 minutes to my colleague, Rachel Masara. I'm the head of the organization, but I have not been the one in the trenches on this particular effort. She has, and I commend and praise her leadership, and I wanted her just to say a few words about some of the particular aspects of the project. Rachel Masara.
Thank you, Russ. Again, my name is Rachel Masara. I'm the Associate Director of Climate Initiatives at Joint Venture Silicon Valley Network, and I do work with our Public Sector Climate Task Force. We're here today to celebrate this unique model of regional collaboration with 9 public agencies and 69 sites going out for bid. This is just the first stage. We have already identified 24 public agencies that are interested in participating in this regional collaboration with over 120 solar installations. The members of Joint Venture's Public Sector Climate Task Force have been working together to find ways to save on costs while also decreasing the costs to our environment. In addition to saving money and reducing greenhouse gas emissions, which are important, just those 2 things themselves, this regional renewable energy procurement project will minimize the workload to participating agencies. It'll reduce vendor costs through economies of scale. It'll encourage the creation of local clean tech jobs as well as the use of local technologies and resources. This project is truly the first of its kind, and we are greatly looking forward to seeing it expand and serve as a model of regional collaboration here in Silicon Valley and beyond. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Margaret Ave Koga, and I'm actually proud to be a part of 2 organizations that are represented here today. I'm a council member for the City of Mountain View, but I'm actually here to speak on behalf of the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, better known as VTA, as Vice Chairperson of the Board of Directors there. Since July 2009, VTA has been actively involved in this regional partnership led by the County of Santa Clara to develop effective collaborative solutions to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and stabilize the cost of electricity for public government agencies. This initiative is supported by our board-adopted sustainability program, reinforcing VTA's commitment to the environment through the conservation of natural resources, the reduction of greenhouse gases, the prevention of pollution, and the use of renewable energy and materials. Since program conception, VTA has looked to public-private partnerships, PPPs, to help deliver on our commitment to create a greener Santa Clara Valley. In May 2009, VTA began consuming electricity generated by solar power at its Cerrone Bus Maintenance and Operations Division in North San Jose. In partnership with Skyline Solar, which is also a Mountain View company, by the way, this facility was our first grid-connected solar power plant built using a private firm's equipment to overcome cost challenges consistent with renewable energy system startups. The public-private partnership helped VTA leverage its resources to benefit the environment and save money while providing VTA with clean, renewable energy. For the Regional Renewable Power Purchase Initiative, we are here announcing today, VTA has identified 2 sites for renewable energy systems, the VTA's North Bus Maintenance and Operations Division in Mountain View and the Guadalupe Light Rail Maintenance and Operations Division in San Jose. The proposed solar panel canopies at VTA's facility in Mountain View will take advantage of the large asphalt area used for storage and preparation of the bus fleet. This will provide a number of direct and indirect energy and greenhouse gas emission reduction benefits. Storing the buses in the shade of the parking structures will reduce their internal temperature and the fuel required to cool them down to an acceptable temperature prior to picking up VTA passengers. The parking canopies will also decrease the heat emitted from the large asphalt area. The shading will help control temperatures around the VTA buildings, reducing the building cooling loads and hence their energy consumption. VTA also expects that this project will result in reduced long-term maintenance expenses for the vehicle fleet since buses can be stored out of direct sunlight and rain. Overall, the facility at VTA's North Yard in Mountain View potentially offsets 100% of the site's power consumption. These are just a few benefits that VTA will experience through this Regional Renewable Power Purchase Initiative, and it's a partnership that will ultimately contribute to a greener Santa Clara Valley, and we're very proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Those of us who are high challenged always have a problem with microphones. I'm Ronit Bryant. I'm the mayor of Mountain View, and the opportunity for the city of Mountain View to explore this innovative collaborative model of purchasing renewable energy through a regional power purchase agreement is one we couldn't pass up, given the financial and environmental benefits it offers our current residents and future generations. We are excited by the possibility of increasing the amount of power the city generates from renewable energy, with minimal upfront investment and better terms than we could have achieved going it alone. We look forward to being able to better project our long-term energy expenses and insulate our budget from potentially large future PG&E rate increases. We also look at this as another opportunity to achieve an important city goal, namely setting an example for our residents and businesses in greenhouse gas reduction. Mountain View has a long history of environmental awareness and achievement, including numerous energy efficiency and clean transportation projects, a large recycled water project in conjunction with Palo Alto, and a solar PV installation on the roof of our newest downtown parking garage. Our proposed PPA sites consist of several roof-mounted systems and carport structures, with each installation having the capacity to generate at least 100% of that site's energy needs. One example involves installing roof-mounted and parking lot solar carports at our Shoreline Park Golf Pro Shop. The golf course's numerous carts are already electric-powered, so this installation would enable the city to provide zero-emission transportation around the golf course. Another installation at our newly built Shoreline Maintenance Facility would also include roof-mounted and parking lot solar carports. The carports would shade both vehicles and a fleet of maintenance equipment, reducing the wear and tear on the equipment from being exposed to the elements. Mountain View is excited to explore an initiative that will serve as best practice model for other regions to follow, hopefully spurring a significant increase in the amount of renewable energy installed across the country. We are grateful for Joint Ventures' leadership in pulling this project together and for the county's support as the lead agency. And we are very excited to be partnering with neighboring jurisdictions in this effort. We look forward to other opportunities for regional collaboration that will provide environmental and financial benefits for our cities and residents.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Wen, Mayor of City Cupertino. On behalf of City Cupertino, we are pleased to be part of this collaborative. With this collaborative effort, local government has shown that it can work together to save taxpayers' dollars, save energy, and be a positive example of environmental leadership. Environmental and economic challenges require new investment. In Cupertino, we have restored Stevens Creek, not the boulevard, but the watershed. We built a landmark bridge that you can't drive a car down. And now, along with other communities in Santa Clara County, we're ready to invest in renewable energy. With the help of this collaborative, Cupertino is now able to seriously consider having a carbon-neutral city hall. The engineers' estimates are that we should be able to meet 91% of the city hall's electricity needs with solar energy, and the rest we can do with conservation. Now I'd like to give this mic back to Supervisor Cortese.
Well, thank you, Mayor Wang. I want to make sure that we introduce the members of the task force, in case some of you are wondering who all the other people are up here. Let me do that at this time. Siva Darbumola, Chief of Design Services for the County of Santa Clara. Please just raise your hand when I call out your name if you're here. Ben Foster, Vice President, Business Operations, Optony. Caroline Judy, Assistant Director, Government Support Services for the County of Alameda, formerly of the County of Santa Clara, of course. Cara LaPierre, Vice President, Joint Venture. She's not here. Okay. And Rachel was introduced earlier, correct? And Steve Mitra, County Counsel, County of Santa Clara. Lynn Ortega, Utilities Engineer Program Manager, County of Santa Clara. And Chris Schroeder, Purchasing Agent, City of Milpitas. Thank you, everyone.
Aaron Cook from City of Cupertino. City of Cupertino, Aaron Cook.
We have Mountain View.
And
Aaron Cook from the City of Cupertino. And
Steve Attinger, City of Mountain View.
Steve Attinger from the City of Mountain View. So if you have questions for any of the folks up here, please stick around. We'll go ahead and adjourn the formal part of the news conference at this time, and people will be available to take questions on a one-on-one basis. Thank you again for being here.